kids, I have another story for us today, and this one is called The Reluctant Dragon. Okay, let's dive right in. One summer's evening, a shepherd tore down the hill to his cottage. Ah! He screamed. He flung open the door. I just saw a dragon, he panted. A dragon? Shrieked his wife. A dragon? Thought their son Sam. I wonder if he's friendly. The next morning, Sam set off to find out. I'll be extra careful, he promised his parents. At the first sight of smoke, I'll run. But the dragon was friendly, and he was thrilled to see Sam. I love my cave, but it does get lonely, he said. The dragon told tales of long, long ago. Once upon a time, fire-breathing dragons filled the skies. They kidnapped princesses and battled bold knights. The dragon loved telling stories, and Sam loved hearing them. Every day he came back for more, until the villagers found out about the dragon. They were terrified. They trembled in their tunics and quaked in their boots. We need someone to fight this monster. Sam raced off to warn him. So Sam's gone back to warn the dragon. Seems like a nice dragon though. What do you think, caterpillars? The villagers want to get rid of you, he gasped. They say you're dangerous. Nonsense, says the dragon. I wouldn't hurt a fly. That afternoon, Sam heard even worse news. Look, it's St. George, the dragon killer. Oh no! Sam rushed back to the dragon. St. George has come to fight you, Sam protested and shouted. And he has the longest, pointiest spear I have ever seen. But I don't like fighting, said the dragon. I'll hide in my cave until he goes. You can't, said Sam. He'll find you. The dragon yawned. I'm sure you'll think of something, he drawled. Sam wandered through the village square, thinking hard. A crowd was telling St. George about the ghastly, dangerous dragon. He'll eat us! He'll set us on fire! When the villagers had gone, Sam went to St. George. It's not true, he protested. The dragon wouldn't hurt a fly. But they want me to fight him, said St. George. What can I do? I've got an idea, Sam said. Come and meet the dragon. Here's the plan, said Sam. You could have a pretend fight, but it must look real, insisted St. George, and then we can have a feast. The next day, Sam waited nervously by the dragon's cave. The entire village trekked up the hill to watch the fight. Colossal cheers broke out when St. George rode into view. But where was the dragon? A roar echoed around the hills, and flame listened the air, and the dragon thundered out of his cave. Charge! Yelled St. George, galloping forward. The dragon bounded up, and they shot past each other with a wink. Missed! Cried the crowd. St. George and the dragon swung round again and charged again. Clatter! Bang! Oof. The dragon gave a groan and slumped to the ground. St. George stood over him with triumph. Cut off his head! Spear him! I think the dragon has learned his lesson, declared St. George. Let's invite him to our feast. And he led the villagers, Sam and the dragon, down the hill. The feast went on until the stars came out and everyone was happy. Sam was happy because his plan had worked. The villagers were happy because they'd seen a fight, and St. George was happy because he'd won. But the dragon was happiest of all, for he had lots of new friends and a very full tummy. The Reluctant Dragon was published over 100 years ago. The author was Kenneth Grahame, who also wrote the famous children's story The Wind and the Willows. Oh, that's a nice little fact to end the story on. So that was The Reluctant Dragon. I hope you enjoyed that story, caterpillars. And I'll see you next time for the next one. Take care all. Bye.